Can we all agree that this was a little bit creepy? Being like, oh yeah, just walk over there while I unzip my pants. That was creepy, right? We all agree that was weird. Baby Rambo, literally a gun. Is that a gun in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Imagine if they had a gun hidden on him, baby. Yeah, I was actually anticipating him like just pulling a gun out from the back of the baby. Let's see what happens in this one. What I like about Channel 5 is that it's always super crazy people that they end up talking to at these right-wing political rallies and stuff. So yeah, let's have some fun.
With our ARs, we're citizens. See, with our ARs, we're citizens. Without them, we'll be slaves. They're not assault weapons. They're sporting weapons. It's necessary to protect my family.
Already off to a great start. Sporting weapons necessary to protect your family. You guys could hear that, right? You should be able to. I don't think I have muted.
From tyrannical government.
Why do you think there are so many mass shootings?
Because that's what's on the agenda.
I feel so bad for you living in the authoritarian state of Norway where there is no AR. Yeah.
For the left. They want to take guns away from law-abiding citizens.
Protesters pushed up against barricades, keeping them away from the NRA meeting site. It's tense. The pain of a national tragedy does not bridge divides here.
Oh yeah, this was like a week after the shooting, which is absolutely insane to me that they held the conference and they didn't see like the irony of what they were doing.
Was a shooter a member of the NRA? I want you to tell me. You can't, because it never happened and it never will. You're an idiot.
Wait, what was that?
Tragedy does not bridge divides
Wait, I think we're gonna have to.
here.
When was a shooter a member of the NRA? I want you.
When was the shooter a member of the NRA? Okay. America serious, don't give a fuck about dead children. Yeah. Okay, this generates automatically, so we're gonna skip that.
You to tell me. You can't, because it never happened and it never will.
We're gonna have to Google that. NRA member mass shooting. How many NRA members have been involved in mass shootings? Let's see what Quora. None. I'm not aware of any. I would say 0, 0, none. I'm not 100% sure about this. It's difficult to say, but yeah.
You're an idiot!
I believe you have the right to own a firearm, but I do not believe you should be 18 years old to be able to have an AR. When you use an AR, you're going to kill people. You don't go hunting.
Not necessarily. Oh well, let's see.
For deer with an AR.
When the founding fathers defined freedom, they didn't think that ARs were going to be part of it.
Or black people.
Yeah.
Or people of color.
People of color.
And how about freedom? They want to talk about how we shouldn't ban guns because that's hurting our freedom. How about abortion? We're forcing women to have kids.
I see you have an Antifa flag right here. How would you describe yourself politically?
I'd say I'm a socialist. So I believe in taxing the church, taxing the rich, abolish the police. Police are supposed to protect us in schools, right? But in Uvalde, they didn't.
Oh yeah, the fucking police in that shooting just stood around chilling. That's so bad. Like, those people should be prosecuted for negligence. They did worse? Wait, did they do worse? They just stood around and waited for the shooter to just kill people inside a school, didn't they? Or did they do worse than that? We're 1 minute in. They rescued their own kids and prevent. Oh my. No. No. Did they? Please link me a news article to that. That's some yikesy shit. No. Oof. Fucking American police. I just wanna wait. There's a song that I'd like to share with you guys before we continue. No, wait. Yeah. I'll cut this out. Let's see.
There are questions from the fan thing again. I played a lot of places and I'll play them all again. And everywhere I go I hear the same old thing again. Somebody dies in police custody. Soon there are questions from the family. At first the situation makes the lawmen look so filthy, but they investigate themselves and it turns out that they're not guilty. Hey, hey, Deloitte police say it means the same thing now as yesterday. Out of your houses into the streets, everybody say, fuck the police. Let's go.
Alright. That's enough of that for now, but let's continue with this. Let's see. Wasn't it also a thing that once the cops did go in, they told the kids to yell so that they could find them, thus revealing the kid's location to the shooter? Don't quote me on that though. If that's true, then oh my god. These absolute fuckers. And also, hello to you, Christian. Thank you so much for watching. Let's go on with this.
I get older, like old enough, 21, I'm gonna own a firearm because I don't trust police to solve my cases.
Marx said in his Communist Manifesto that we should arm the proletariat. Just arm the proletariat to ensure that they're able to defend themselves.
Am I playing this too? Yeah. Yeah.
My sign asks a pretty obvious question that I think everybody should be asking. This is the right time to have a celebration of guns right on the heels of...
Oh, the NRA don't care. You should know that by this point. They don't care. They don't care about the optics of it. They don't care because they own your government.
More than a dozen kids and teachers getting murdered.
Didn't the NRA... sorry for stopping so much, but didn't the NRA go bankrupt at some point? NRA bankrupt. How did they come back from the bankruptcy? A federal bankruptcy judge dismissed an effort by the National Rifle Association to declare bankruptcy on Tuesday, ruling that the gun... whatever. Ruling that the gun rights group had not filed the case in good faith. So how do they have money for this? Anyway.
Murdered a few days ago in Uvalde. This is ridiculous that we're the only country that has to deal with this, and that's what today is all about, is voicing our righteous outrage at our elected officials and the people at the NRA who decided to celebrate guns with blood on their hands today.
This time at an elementary school in Uvalde.
Destiny also posted something really dumb on Twitter. Being like a response to that whole thing where people go this is the only country it happens in, and then he posted something about the 2011 shooting from Norway, which is like 10 years ago. Let's take a look at this. More than 10 years? It's 11 years ago now. Let's see. Cops told kids at Texas school to yell if you need help. When one did, the gunman came over and shot her, another student said. A survivor of the mass shooting at the elementary school in Uvalde, Texas this week said another student was shot after following police orders to call for help. Absolutely moronic. How do these people get jobs? I sent you it on Discord. Also, they passed more gun control in Norway after that attack, and it hasn't happened since. Meanwhile, every week or so in America. Well, to be fair, it was one guy that tried to make something like that happen again in Norway. After, but he got his ass whooped. Rightfully so. Let's see. Forbes police response blasted in Texas shooting that left 19 children dead. As loved ones grieve for 19 children and 2 teachers killed at the elementary school in rural Texas on Tuesday, increasing anger is being directed at police who responded to the massacre after authorities said the rampage may have continued for up to an hour after police first arrived on the scene. It's... yeah, the fact that these... I hope that these officers get prosecuted. If not, they should be persecuted in a video game. Almost immediately after, an 18-year-old shooter entered... Wait, what? Was he 18? I haven't really followed this. What? That's like the definition of, like, weak-minded... Let's see. But were fired upon, held back from engaging the shooter because they lacked tactical equipment. Escalon said it took about an hour for a border patrol tactical unit to arrive, enter the building, and kill the shooter. Texas Department of Public Safety officer told San Antonio TV station Thursday morning that some local police officers entered the school to rescue their own children while the shooter was still in the building. What role police might have taken to widely evacuate students remain unclear. Video from outside the school showed parents begging local officers to enter the building, and in some cases being detained for allegedly interfering with police. Fuck every one of those police officers. God damn it. Alright, let's continue with this. Let's have some fun with this. Not the shooting, but the NRA thing.
Uvalde, Texas.
We've just learned the death toll is up to 19 children and 2 school employees gunned down during their last week of school.
The shooter legally purchased 2 AR variant long guns within a week of his 18th birthday.
They have no legal requirement. Oh yeah, that's right. It's... See, here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Supreme Court in the United States right this moment. A lot of people are smugly saying that, oh yeah, electing Biden, that fucking helped. Like people like Jimmy Dore and morons like that. But here's the thing. If Trump hadn't won the first round, like his first election against Hillary, the Supreme Court would have looked very different right now than what it currently does, and Roe v. Wade would probably have been safe, for example, and the Fourth Amendment would probably also have been safer than it currently is. Like, oh, okay, yeah, but they just made a new one that was like, I can't remember it. Vosh talked a little bit about it, but I had zoned a little bit out. I think this was post my concussion, so I wasn't able to follow the whole thing. But yeah, the Supreme Court would have looked very different. Would have been more liberal right now than it is. Like, as much as I fucking hate Hillary Clinton, she would have been a better president than Donald Trump. I just wish she wasn't such a such an asshole throughout the entire campaign in 2015, then maybe people in 2015, 2016, then maybe people would have actually voted a little bit for her, at least enough to deny Trump the presidency. And hey, America's gonna have him as a president again in a couple of years, probably. So yeah, Ruth Bader Ginsburg should definitely have retired under Obama, though. She was, yeah. Oh yeah. It's a little bit her fault as well for not retiring when she had the opportunity to. But yeah, imagine instead of, who was the first guy that Trump appointed? Kavanaugh? Instead of him, they could have had the other guy. Who was the one Obama floated? Obama Supreme Court. But girl boss got to live out her dream for like 6 more years. That's true. Oh, who was it? Merrick Garland, which would have been a lot better than Kavanaugh, and we wouldn't have had the crazy lady that also ended up joining the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court would have been objectively better now if Trump hadn't won in 2016. Now, I don't like Obama, and I don't like Hillary Clinton, and I don't like Biden, but that's just like objectively true. God, we're never gonna get through this if I keep on rambling. I'm so sorry that my concussion still seems to be a little bit here. What's this? Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that later. Yeah, let's continue.
Dude up there is tossing magazines
Concussion
out to the
rainbow.
crowd.
Yeah.
Give me one.
Sorry.
You got it.
We're here. We're in Houston. We're at the NRA convention. I think the mayor asked this not to happen. The governor pulled out, but it's still going down.
Shooting an RPG is the ultimate Vegas hooker experience. It seems like a great idea at the time. It's really, really expensive, and it's over way too fast.
An RPG is a rocket-propelled grenade. So anything that launches that, they either call an RPG for short or a rocket launcher. Within the past couple of months, Airtronic did sell off about 30 of our older models through Gunbroker. So there's a lot of these in civilian hands now, and people are enjoying them.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Remember, American made.
That's not a role-playing game. Yeah. When he talks about it so casually, like it's a good thing. Yeah.
This is a MR 762A1. I don't know anything about guns, so I don't know what the hell this is. I'm pretty sure this is a gun. This is a gun.
I'm a big NRA proponent. I'm a life member. The timing sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. This doesn't have anything there's no connection between this and what happened in Uvalde.
Even okay, but they should have maybe tried to be a little bit more graceful about the whole thing. Maybe just been like, hey, we're gonna push it back like a month or two. It is what it is. But a massacre of literal children, yeah.
There just isn't.
What do you think that we can do to stop mass shootings like that?
I think it goes back to the basic family. I'm 66.
Thank you so much, Judd. And welcome, Raiders. We are watching Channel 5 today. God damn it, Judd. You're such a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful person. And welcome to each and every one of you.
6 years old. When I was in high school, we used to take our shotguns to high school to show our coaches if we got a new shotgun. Then we'd go bird hunting after school. There was never a school shooting when I was in high school. What's different from then to now? What's changed?
Aren't guns more available now than when you were in high school? That's I don't know.
What do you think changed?
It's the family.
Hey! To everyone that just joined in from the raid, please consider following. Thank you so much. Please consider following me here on Twitch. Please consider subscribing. I do need the money. And please, the donate link, everything is below us all. And if you don't want to give me money, then let's just watch the video and have some fun. This is gonna get really annoying super fast, isn't it? Alright. Were ARs even invented in the 1910s? That's beautiful. Alright, let's go.
Look how many single parent families there are.
Oh yeah, of course. It's always the single parents.
Chicago. Look at the amount of crime in Chicago. I mean, they have 40, 50 gun shootings a weekend.
I guess the difference would be that, like, in Chicago, a lot of that violence is gang-related. We're talking about kind of lone wolf shooters walking into an elementary school with an AR-15.
It's troubled kids. I'm not a big gamer, but, I mean, I've seen a lot of video games, and there's a lot.
Yes. Hey, you guys have been here on Twitch, and all of you guys are serial killers at this point. So, yeah, all of us are white school shooters in Chicago. Yeah, Chud Nation in the house. Thank you so much, Chud, and to each and every one of you. Let's continue.
A lot of them that are just shoot them up, blow them up, you know, it doesn't look real.
Yeah. So how do you think we can rebuild the American family?
That's got to be done at the street level. Single parents are running 30-40% of the households. It takes two people to raise a kid.
Why does anybody need to have, an AR-15?
Oh.
Guns have been around here since the beginning of America. So,
but back in the day, it was like muskets and stuff.
It doesn't matter. Nowhere in the Constitution does say.
You have to stop this right now. You have to go across the street, please.
What do you think about increased background checks?
I think the background checks is adequate now.
Yeah, that is indeed not an answer. It's just like, well, the guns have been here since forever, so we can't change it. Wait, are they?
Exit, please. Across the street.
What do you think could have been done to prevent what happened in Uvalde a few days ago?
We could have banned assault weapons 20 years ago.
The murder at Uvalde, Texas.
Hey, let's do a little feel on the chat here right now. Do you guys feel like banning assault weapons would be the correct way to go in order to prevent this stuff? Or would it just be like, would background checks and all of that be sufficient? Let's just take a feel for the exotic is a small part of a larger set of solutions, not the only thing. I do think that at least regulating the whole market would be helpful. Also, the definition of assault weapons is ignorant language. Yeah, I guess that would be true. Background checks would make a bigger difference. I think it would have a small effect, but it's not a silver bullet. Might help, but America has deeper problems. Yeah. Ban body armor. What? Yeah. I did post a joke about this whole thing and this whole incident on Twitter, that I now realize why the Republicans actually want to arm the teachers when the police does fucking nothing. So I sort of understand where they're coming from. Why would anyone need assault weapons except to LARP GTA? Yeah, that's true. Well, they are fun though. Like I myself have been shooting some rifles back in my day, and it is fun. But yeah, in one of the recent school shootings, there was a school resource officer who shot a shooter, but he kept going because his body armor. Oh, really? Jesus fucking Christ! Defense Against Tyranny. The state has drones, though, so those guns that you can buy at the NRA convention won't actually help you that much. Maybe a little bit for like a week, then you will get demolished. But yeah, let's go.
Texas will tell everyone that we need.
Because it's war? That's a very different set of circumstances. Who is going to invade the United States, do you think? Going to remove the entire population? No, just the problematic ones.
Need to have gun under control. We don't take guns away from people, but we have to have a proper background checks. That is the only way we can avoid these kind of murders of
I honestly think that background checks will be the most effective way of controlling this. After Pearl Harbor, Japan stated that it did not invade the mainland because of how many owned guns. Alright. I don't care about that. Maybe keep assault weapons contained at gun ranges if people absolutely have to do shooty-shoots with them. Yeah, sure. Hitler actually had a very lax gun control. Yeah, for anyone but the Jews.
children. You cannot say, well, we hire police or these are mental people. Abbott, he said that there's a mental problems with the United States.
Anybody who shoots somebody else has a mental health challenge.
What about the rest of the world? Do they have mental problems too? No, they don't, right? So that's why we are here.
It's better that the government knows that people do have ARs. Governments have killed 260 million people in the 20th century. You know, Stalin, Mao, whatever. People say, oh...
Yeah, there we fucking go with the Stalin and Mao and whatever. To be fair, Stalin and Mao killed a lot of people. I'm not gonna deny that. Interesting how a tyranny like the current US government is okay with lax gun laws because the citizen militias help enforce the will of the state. Yeah, that's true.
That'll never happen here. We all live in a bubble. We are the most privileged country on earth. From the homeless guys here to fucking Bill Gates. Ha, crap, where's I going with this? What was I gonna say? Okay, governments, this, that. Okay, you know who EDP is?
Yeah.
I'm the guy that caught him.
Wait, you're the guy who caught EDP?
Yeah.
So how do you think that we can prevent mass shootings like the one that occurred a couple days ago?
The reality is...
Looks like an ugly version of me. He's probably a nice person. Let's not be mean. I think guns would actually help immensely against tyranny, but harm done is disproportionate to potential upside. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, here's the thing. If we all look to our Grand Master, the Lord in the Sky, Karl Marx, he did say that we shouldn't disarm the proletariat, whatnot. But I do think that there is some value to looking at countries that don't have these massively frequent problems as the United States does, and maybe try to model something around it. Now, to be fair, America does have a gun culture that is unlike anyone else in the quote-unquote Western world. So that means that they can't do exactly the same thing because people will get pissed. So they have to find some way of trying to bridge that. And I do think that background checks would at least be the first step amongst many good ones that could be done. The US is the most privileged country in the world. Like, what? France versus US is night and day in terms of radical activism. Which, yeah, that's true. France is, if their elected officials so much as farts the wrong way, then they fucking flip cars, and not in a I'm gonna sell this one kind of way. They fucking set fire to that shit. Yeah.
There's Salvador Ramos is out there. The reality is there's Peyton, whatever the hell his name was, Adam Lanza, yada yada. People will be uncomfortable if there's teachers armed in schools.
Yeah, we need more guns around the schools. And we protect our...
Holy shit. How is it like you have gun control, which is like the one sane solution here, and then everyone is just going around and proposing everything but that. True, writing is a national pastime over there.
Our president with guns, we protect our congressmen with guns, we protect our governors with guns, our celebrities sporting events, jewelry stores, banks, and then we protect our children with a sign that says, this is a gun-free zone.
I see that you have Rosa Parks here. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, yes, this is gonna be beautiful. I love this. And why is he wearing 2 sets of glasses?
Yeah, I met Rosa Parks. She's anti-abortion. She's a good friend of MLK. He's anti-abortion. He was.
Yeah, of course. Here we go. We should arm the children. Yes, arm the fucking children.
Anti-abortion. So, case closed.
I see that you have 2 Mike Lindell My Pillows attached to your belt loops on either side.
Oh, I love this man. This man is like everything great about conservatism contained in one person. I love it.
Yeah, Mike's a friend of mine. I've
Yeah,
only
of course
met him
he
once
is.
in person, but
Wait, what? Okay, wait.
case closed.
I see that you have 2 Mike Lindell My Pillows attached to your belt loops on either side.
Yeah, Mike's a friend of mine. I've only met him once in person, but he knows what I've been doing for him.
Yeah, you know, he's a friend of mine. I've only met him once, but you know, he knows what I'm doing. He knows. To be fair, the My Pillow guy is absolutely insane.
He sounds like a good friend.
Yeah, he's a good friend, and this is a little bit
Parasocial relationships for the retiree crowd. Yes, that is what we're having here. And this guy has a lot of parasocial relationships with like dead people, and the My Pillow guy is probably a personal friend of Trump as well.
bit more firm, and they're the best pillows I've ever had.
Which one do you prefer?
I prefer the softer one, the medium fill. The standard's a little tough on my neck.
Did you enjoy his pillows prior to his endorsement of Donald Trump?
Well, they've been around for a long time. I couldn't afford them. He cut the price in half now. Here's a tip. Don't order them through the mail because they come wrapped up with no box. Go to Walmart, get them in a box. The box is going to be worth more than the pillow.
Why?
Because it's classic. I'm getting ready to go over to the communists that are packing guns.
Do you think it's smart to engage with them?
I screamed profanity at them and it made them
sorry.
angry. They can't tolerate freedom of speech, but they expect me to tolerate them threatening me.
What is your favorite piece of profanity to hurl at an Antifa BLM soldier?
Fat baby butcher bitches.
Fat baby butcher bitches. Yep, that's us.
Fat baby butcher bitches.
Well, you're gonna go do it again?
Yeah, I'm gonna go do it again right now.
All right, well, I'll see you over there, man. Don't let those Antifa communist bastards take your pillows away.
Please film it.
You're doing the right thing.
Please film him while he's doing it.
I had 150 of them screaming in my face on the 14th of this month.
We're never going to recover from
I
this.
met Rosa Parks. I don't give a fuck. You don't know.
I love this. We'll never put that in here. Yeah, fat baby butcher bitches.
Shit! You don't
Try to say that quickly 10 times in a row.
Look at you, Parks. I don't give a fuck. You don't know shit. You don't either. Look at you, dumbass, and you're proud of your stupidity. You fucking fascist piece of shit.
God damn it. The fucking Caped Crusader. Oh no! He lost his pillow! No!
Do you think there's any type of common ground that could be reached?
Yeah, there's a little gap. I think they could change some of the requirements to own an AR. You know, back in the old days, we didn't have the same type of weapons. So they could change the law and make it 21.
Do you think that kid should have been able to buy?
Okay, this is like the one maybe sane person, but we'll see what it says.
AR?
I don't know. Somebody worked on the kid's brain. They worked on that one in Buffalo also. He drove 300 miles to shoot black people at a store. He probably could have drove a few miles within the city he was already in.
I guess the main difference is like the dude in Buffalo was motivated by like racial hatred, whereas it seems like the guy.
It was only racial hatred because the guy was white.
But I think he had the N-word written on the gun, and he published like a big manifesto of talking about.
Abortions, you motherfuckers had.
Well, that's what they're telling us.
Fuck you.
I don't know the facts because I hadn't seen them.
We are done with your bullshit.
Why would this kid put a manifesto together anyway?
Chuck Schumer didn't.
Yeah. Oh, this kid, he's great.
This kid put a manifesto together anyway.
Chuck Schumer didn't want us to pass laws to protect schools. He doesn't want cops in schools. He doesn't want to harden the.
Well, the cops in schools evidently doesn't protect the children. Well, they do. Their own.
Target. He wants your kids to be killed. That's why the Democrats advocate for murdering children in the womb. They don't care about life.
What? Sir, you're at an NRA meeting.
The NRA has a fucking thing to do with it. You idiot. When did the NRA kill somebody?
Thank you so much for following.
You're an idiot. I know who you are. Dude, what the heck?
Does he know how much he makes fun of these people? Protesting in the US seems like so much fun. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
I talk to you,
Hell yeah, cool. So how do you feel about what's going on right now with them over there?
I don't not like them. They're human beings. I love everybody. Okay, they have souls. You're an idiot. But
oh, I fucking love the editing. I want Andrew on to talk to him at some point so much.
it's just sad because they're confused. Yeah. The problem isn't the guns. The problem is a people problem, okay? Ever since 1973, we legalized abortion. I think that was a real downfall in American society because we've murdered millions of children.
And yet still, none of the other countries that has legal abortion has this issue.
Why is it okay to murder children in the womb, but not okay to murder kids in school?
Wait, it's not okay to murder children in the womb. It's okay to have an abortion. It's not a child in your womb. It's a fetus. But then again, that's the entire fucking conversation that we'll never get to the end of, sadly. All right. Yeah, that edit.
Cool. I know this isn't your usual thing. You usually just let people talk, but I want to listen to what you think.
Thank you so much.
I'm curious if you think there's any common ground that can be found between...
See, that's a very complicated thing to talk about, and I think there is room for that, okay? I think we can have mental health evaluations, and I think...
none of the aborted children committed a mass shooting. Oh, yeah, that is true. Not a single one of them. Fuck. And none of the aborted children had any abortions either. Fuck that. I didn't think of that. Well, leftism destroyed.
What was it, Dad? What was the statistics like for the adult population?
Hey, we're 69 viewers. Nice.
5% of the adult population in America suffer from some form of mental illness.
Yeah. I think people in general should be evaluated and should have help. Whenever you go into a gun store, you have to fill out a paperwork called a 4473 and say, hey, they're going to run a background check. This 4473, this document, it's a document to look at your background, okay? It's not going to know the heart of man. We need to better keep up with the health of our people. Because
wait, so what you're saying is that you want better background checks then?
We're suffering people, okay? We have more access to hardcore porn on the internet, whittling down.
Don't see an issue with that.
The psyche of humans and literally making us just sick people.
Wait, he makes it sound like America is either not the only country that has this problem or the only country where people have access to porn or abortions. Like, dude, as a Norwegian, we have access to those two, and we do not have the same problem as you guys have.
You can't legislate morality, and you can't tell what you are really going to do. But at the end of the day, we live in a free society, and we have these rights and privileges, and that's what happens. You know, they don't have school shootings in China because you can't own firearms in China.
Do you know that the most...
And then he goes to China, all right. Again, Norway. We actually don't have that strict gun laws in Norway. We have a lot of people that own guns in Norway, and yet still, I don't think there's ever been a single school shooting in Norway. Other countries in Europe do not have this issue. Ukraine, where everyone's currently armed, do not seem to have this issue. To be fair, they're at war, so they have more important things to go on about than shooting up a school. The Russians are doing that though. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, didn't Anders Breivik kill loads of students? Oh no, that was actually, that's not a school shooting. That was at a political summer camp sort of thing. So, but to be fair, I'm not gonna deny that happened, because obviously it did, and it was tragic and horrible and all of that shit. However, that's 11 years ago, and compared to the American rate, I do think that we're doing quite fine. But yeah, it was a horrible event. Yeah, not gonna trauma dump on you guys, but I did lose friends in that whole thing. I just came in, so I misunderstood. Oh yeah, that's fine. But yeah, it was terrible stuff, and the guy should rot in jail forever. But yeah, but we haven't had any school shootings in Norway. I don't think we have ever had it. Let's see. Oh wait, we did. We had one school shooting in 2009, and did anyone... I want to read this to you guys. Let's see if I can Google Translate the whole page. One of the cases was in 2007 when the police suspected boys as young as 10 years old of having shot at students at Porsgrunn Upper Secondary School. In May 2005, a 29-year-old man was shot in the leg in a meeting with two 22-year-olds at some school in Oslo, but none of them are said to be connected to the school. A 9-year-old boy, a 4th grade student, fired shots with a sharp-edged shotgun. What the fuck did... Oh, not sharp-edged, with a loaded shotgun. The 9-year-old is said to have first fired a shot at a fellow student outside of the school area before entering the schoolyard. Another shot was fired as a teacher grabbed the boy and disarmed him. But yeah, that's the only case ever in Norway, and I don't think anyone died. So yeah, that's the situation here.
Most popular porn category in America right now is incest.
I had no idea. No.
Isn't that insane?
Why? Why is that
Is it like stepdaughter or some shit like that?
the case?
Tonight, leggings, shapewear, and handbags came down the runway. But this is no ordinary fashion show.
Discreetly designed so no one can tell that you have a weapon.
No.
The concealed carry fashion show targets what the NRA calls its fastest growing.
Oh, this is like the NRA TV thing, isn't it? The funny thing is they identify some of the actual problems but refuse to do anything about them either. Yeah.
Demographic: women.
How the fuck do you get the... Okay, well, never mind. No, don't have a gun on the baby. Can we all agree that this was a little bit creepy? Being like, oh yeah, just walk over there while I unzip my pants. That was creepy, right? We all agree that was weird. Baby Rambo, literally a gun. Is that a gun in your pocket, or just happy to see me. Imagine if they had a gun hidden on him, maybe. Yeah, I was actually anticipating him like just pulling a gun out from the back of the baby. That would have been even funnier. Dun dun dun. Oh no. Sad stuff. Okay. We have to look at the sad stuff now, but guys. Cry emos in chat. They did Boss Baby. Now see Office Baby. This is so fucked up.
Alright, we just arrived in Uvalde, Texas, which, as most people know, is the site of the most recent mass shooting that took place around a week ago, where 19...
Was that the second one? Because I know that there were two right after each other, or whatever. Was the Uvalde one the most recent one? I had a concussion, so I struggled a little bit to follow along. Yeah, it is absolutely too depressing. Like, fuck. The United States has... It's like depression fuel, though. Like, these days... We don't seem to get any good news out of that country. Have you noticed that? Last time we got good news out of the United States was when Trump lost the election. Jesus.
students and 2 teachers were killed at Robb Elementary School. This is the Wendy's where the shooter worked. Apparently he used to work the graveyard shift at the...
No news is good news. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. No news about America is good news, anyway.
Drive-through window until about 2.5 weeks ago. He quit abruptly once he had saved up about $4,000, which was enough to buy 2 assault rifles, ammunition, and a bulletproof vest.
Oh yeah, 10K student up being cancelled. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah.
This is the store where the school shooter picked up the guns and ammunition that he used in the shooting. He actually ordered the guns online, but this was like a transfer store where they shipped it here and then he picked it up. This is where the shooter drove his pickup truck through a guardrail and crashed out, like right here. Got out of the car, went over to the funeral home here, shot at a few people, but then didn't hit anybody.
Yeah, I guess they have been handling Ukraine in a good way. And what gives me hope for the future is the fact that the way America is handling the whole Ukraine situation actually shows how ineffective people like Haas and Caleb Maupin and those morons actually are in the political sphere. Ukraine is falling. Yeah, that okay, so that is true. However, Ukraine was never going to win that war, and we as in NATO was never going to send troops in there. So I do agree with that. It's basically like a attrition kind of thing, where we just have to hope that Russia at some point realize that they can't do the sunk cost fallacy with the whole thing and just pull out. Ukraine could have won easily. No, they couldn't have. Yeah, it's hard to blame the USA for that. There are a lot of countries lacking. Yeah, that's true. But again, NATO was never going to set foot in Ukraine while war is actually happening there. So
then he walked over into this building, and that was the site of all this.
Okay, so here's the thing about Russia. Just to argue a little bit on this point, the thing about Russia is that they might not have the quality part, but they definitely do have the quantity part, and that's all they actually need. As long as you can overrun the entire thing. Now, there's no way Ukraine can win against Russia at most painful stalemate. Yeah, the win that Ukraine was always hoping for was the fact that Russia would just get tired of beating around and getting beaten in the small skirmishes and having to retreat. The Ukrainian army was never going to be able to like overpower the Russian one. So yeah, the lights are crazy from Haas. I hate to say it, but I'm glad he's banned. Yeah, fuck Haas. He's an absolute moron. And every one of those people are fucking Jackson Hinkle and all of those absolute idiots. It's like the US in Vietnam and Afghanistan. Yeah, I guess so. And yeah, basically. So like in Afghanistan should never have been able to like. Oh yeah, Jimmy Dore is an absolute nutcase. I'm so sorry to everyone I told that he was actually. Yeah. They kept reporting the Russian troop levels are low, so it's a lie. Something strange going on. Yeah, well, we'll have to see. Jimmy has gone off the deep end since COVID. Yeah, I think he actually went off the deep end a little bit before that, but yeah, he that guy has completely fallen off. Now he has become like a Republican shill, which is interesting to see. I feel fucking embarrassed for ever having liked the guy because he's such a dum-dum. Oh, no, I'm not growing weed. I just like it. And the light behind me is like a northern light kind of thing, so I just feel like it fit a little bit better with the green lights on my side. Yeah.
You go to sleep seeing their faces. You wake up seeing their faces. What can we tell them? We don't want to scare them. And the other poor little innocents that didn't make it. You know, their parents were going crazy looking for them. Well, sure, they're in a lot of pain.
And my husband was here getting the mail when he heard gunshots, but he's having a hard time because he just wished he could have done something to prevent it. Our community will never be the same.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Dore wasn't just respectable. He seemed like the sort of firebrand kind of guy to get people riled up. And now he's just a conspiracy theorist. He's... yeah. He does more legwork for the right these days than anyone else I can think of. Because he isn't it weird that when people quit the Young Turks, they always, or get fired or whatever, they always end up being like weirdos. Like Jimmy Dore, we have Dave Rubin. Yeah. About the same level of intelligence on those. No, actually, that's actually mean. I do actually think that Dave Rubin might be the dumbest guy to ever have come out of those offices.
Si decimos que no hemos pecado, le hacemos a él mentiroso y su palabra no está.
Is this gonna be like a bummer for the rest of the video? Yeah, probably. Well, it's important.
She loved Guns N' Roses. She loved that song, Sweet Child of Mine.
Oh.
She's a beautiful little girl. I liked her song. That was her favorite song. She loved Guns N' Roses. And she would...
hundreds of thousands of people.
She would dance around her room singing Sweet Child of Mine.
Oh, God. This is...
I love this country and I'm so grateful for everything it's given me and all the opportunity that I recognize I wouldn't have if I was somewhere else. That's not lost on me. And at the same time, this should encourage us to want to be better, and we're not.
I think AR should be banned.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no reason for that.
Mind you, I have a pistol, but I don't think that a semi-automatic weapon is necessary in our country. I just don't see the need. I don't see the purpose. I think in this case, I know the bodies of the children were.
Because I have to make dinner for Grandpa. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by, and again, congratulations on your 9,000 followers. You're so great, Levis, and yeah, thank you, and you are welcome back at any time.
Were shredded as a result of that. What do we need that for? I don't understand it.
They say that like having those high capacity assault rifles are the final line of defense against a tyrannical government.
Oh, please. I think we're already facing a tyrannical government when we have things like this happen. Well, there's no excuse for this. I don't care what they say. They're wrong.
Yeah, where the fuck were the guns? Were the gun people at when Trump ordered the military into cities to black bag people? Yeah, at that point they didn't give a fuck.
If it happens to one of their own, then they're not going to do anything.
And that's the thing. Like these people, the same people that do the whole, oh yeah, we want the guns to protect us from tyrannical government. They are the first people to bow down and lick the boots of any tyrannical government that they will ever meet. Trump was, I wouldn't say that he was like he wasn't a dictator because he didn't have the power to be that. But if he wanted to, like he definitely wanted to be one. So yeah. And he did everything within his power to act as one.
You know, and Ted Cruz, he's a sorry person for a position that he holds. I'm sorry, but it is such a truth. But we're not supposed to say anything? If he can say what he wants, I can say what I want. They should have rushed in. That's their job. What, almost an hour before they decided to do anything? No, that's unheard of. It really is.
Breaking news in the investigation into the school shooting tonight. Texas DPS is telling us the Uvalde CISD police chief has not been cooperating with investigators. On Friday, DPS Director Steve McGraw said the school district police chief was the incident commander at Robb Elementary School who made the call to wait to take down the gunman.
If they had, they would probably save several of those lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
This is fucking bullshit. Like, this is preventable. And this is absolutely unacceptable. When we talk about how great this country is, this is unacceptable.
Unfortunately, like so many things, in a couple more.
You're sticking to that wordplay, aren't you? You're like, well, no one's fucking laughing at it, but I'm just gonna fucking power through.
Months of a blower like this never happened, you know?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think this is going to blow over anytime soon.
Then the audacity of the people that went to the NRA convention in Houston, for them to say that they don't need to make any changes? What's wrong with them?
Yeah. Oh. We're done. Huh. That was all. Well, I can tell you what's wrong with them. They don't care. That's the whole thing. They do not care about really any of the dead children. Wait, huh?